It was a night to remember at Arlington Stadium with massive traffic jams and long ticket lines. Even as the game got underway, many of the 29,600 fans were still pushing through the turnstiles.
You're a regular Rangers fan.
Regular Rangers fan. We never miss a game either on the radio or television or down here. My wife's in the hospital 8 days in June, and I carried a radio to her room so we could hear the Ranger ball games.
Well, congratulations.
Come all web warriors and baseball lovers. Let's talk about a ballpark that had all the charm of an empty parking lot, because it was literally surrounded by one. That's right, we're diving into the story of Arlington Stadium, home to the Texas Rangers, a team that went from "who are they" to "oh yeah, they exist" over the years. This bad boy was originally built in 1965 as Turnpike Stadium, and let me tell you, it was state-of-the-art for a minor league team. It had about 10,000 seats, which is just enough to fit every single person who could name a Texas Rangers player back then. Built to host the Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs, it was simple, no frills. But hey, it got the job done. It was like the baseball equivalent of your first car. Nothing fancy, but it worked. Then, in 1972, the Washington Senators were like, "We're not making money, let's move somewhere warm." And boom, hello Arlington. The team packed up, rebranded as the Rangers, and suddenly this little minor league stadium had to grow up real fast. And so Turnpike Stadium got a glow up. They expanded the seating to 35,525, slapped the name Arlington Stadium on it, and voila, a Major League Baseball stadium was born. It wasn't fancy. There were no retractable roofs, no gourmet food options, and definitely no air conditioning in the Texas heat. But it had personality. You either loved it, or you pretended you loved it, because you had no other choice. Let's talk about some of the big moments that went down here, starting with the legend, the myth, the man who probably threw harder than your dad's belt, Nolan Ryan. August 22nd, 1989, Ryan, who had already pitched for about 1,000,000 years at this point, throws his 5,000th career strikeout. The victim, Ricky Henderson. The stadium went nuts. People were screaming, hats were flying, probably some beers were spilled. This was history, and for once, Arlington was at the center of it. Then came the last game, October 3rd, 1993. The Rangers played the Royals, and in a touching farewell, they lost. Perfect way to honor the stadium's legacy, really. But that night, it wasn't about winning. It was about saying goodbye to a place that had been home to so many players, so many fans, and so many hot dog-induced stomach aches. If you are already enjoying this history lesson, drop a nice little like and comment. Arlington Stadium wasn't just about baseball, though. It was a whole vibe. This place brought people together. Families, little league teams, guys who just wanted an excuse to drink beer on a Tuesday. The local economy got a boost from all the fans showing up, and it made Arlington, Texas, a real spot on the baseball map. It was the kind of stadium where you could still see dirt stains on the seats, and probably a hot dog wrapper from 1984 stuck under the bleachers. But it had character. And it was one of the few places where you could sweat through your shirt at a night game and call it part of the experience. But let's be real, the stadium wasn't keeping up with the times. By the early 90s, it was like that old flip phone you refused to get rid of. The Rangers needed a bigger, shinier place, and in '94 they got it, Globe Life Park. Fancier, more seats, actual amenities. Arlington Stadium was officially out of a job. Even though the move made sense, it didn't make the farewell any less bittersweet. Fans were excited about the upgrade, but Arlington Stadium had been home. It had seen the ups, the downs, the weird in-between years where the Rangers were just kinda there, and now it was being retired. Look, Arlington Stadium wasn't perfect. It was hot, outdated, and let's be honest, kinda ugly. But it was also the first real home for the Rangers. It saw legends rise, records break, and fans come together. And even though it's gone, it paved the way for what came next. Today, Arlington has an even newer stadium, Globe Life Field. It's modern, it's massive, and it has a roof, which means you can actually enjoy a game without melting into your seat. But none of it, happens without Arlington Stadium. So next time you're at a Rangers game, sipping on an overpriced beer, just remember, none of this happens without the little stadium that could. Arlington Stadium may be gone, but its legacy, oh, that's still very much alive. Now, who wants to build a baseball stadium with me in a parking lot? Drop how much you want to put into the parking lot, stadium. See you next time.
Final time. Good night from Arlington Stadium.